It's back! So, it's been a while since I used this device, which you can clearly tell with all the dust on the screen, but in this video we're going to be installing a bunch of different custom ROMs and just tinkering around with them. The last time I installed a custom ROM on this thing, I installed LineageOS, which, it works fine, but tell you the truth, it's just kind of boring. So, let's grab our equipment and get started. Oh, and I spent some money on a keyboard and mouse just for this. You like it? Oh, and cool, immediately, yep, just stops working out of nowhere. You know what, thanks Best Buy, this is really essential. Alley-oop. So now that that's taken care of, let's take a look at some custom ROMs. Oh, this seems interesting. What's MSM Xtended? Click here for features. Okay. Oh, that link looks secure. Sure, let's connect. Okay, what the hell is this? You know what, I'm good, I'll just install the ROM. Okay, so all we gotta do is hit ROM download and... No, okay, SourceForge. This seems legit. Let's save that in our Heisenberg folder. Okay, so now that we got that downloaded, all we gotta do is enter recovery mode, TWRP, and then ADB sideload the new file. Okay, there we go, should be good now. Yeah, first though, let's wipe our system and cache files. May as well hit format data as well. Okay, so now that all the prep's done, advanced, ADB sideload, and we gotta deal with the computer now. Okay, so let's change directories to where we got everything, and ADB sideload. This should be all we need, right? No devices emulators found. Oh, you know what? Actually connecting it to the computer might help. Okay, so I actually have it connected now, so this should be all we need, right? Oh, I gotta enter the command first. Okay, and it's slowly serving the file, so I'll come back to you when it's all ready to play with. Okay, and ADB sideload complete. Your phone just got extended. Yeah, that's cool. I wish you could do that for my P. No OS installed. Are you sure you wish to reboot? Yeah, I'm sure. Jesus, dude, can you imagine turning your phone on in pitch darkness and the thing is super bright and it shows you this? You're gonna give me a seizure. Okay, so we're all done, and apparently there's no setup screen, it's just this, and wow, is that font ugly. Yeah, and the clock could be as ugly as it wants, showing you the exact specifics of the battery charging. That's awesome. So yeah, I just logged in and that's it. No setup, just kicks you to the start screen. That's cool, I guess. Let's take a look at the notification shade. Oh, actually, yeah, that's kind of neat. I like how it blurs the background like on iOS. Well, that aside, let's dig into the juicy stuff in settings. What are we looking for? Oh, okay, extensions. Yeah, that's real funny. Oh, okay, wow, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. You got OnePlus shit. That's a wonderful name. Buttons, decor room, gestures, lock screen, navigation bar. What can't you customize? Okay, so let's take a look at OnePlus shit. What's in here? Okay, screen off gestures. Yeah, this is probably some of the most useless stuff you can find. I mean, if your screen's off, just turn it on to use the phone, okay? Okay, so what else? Display count. Wait, hold on. Strength? Define the strength of the vibrator? I'm good, thank you. But yeah, with this, you can actually calibrate the display to whatever you want, and I mean, you can make it look like absolute shit, so that's cool, I guess. Oh yeah, this is a good display color. I can't see shit. Okay, what about buttons? Oh cool, I can disable the hardware keys? Oh yeah, I can't go home or back anymore. That's pretty neat. And you can actually change the intensity of the backlight. Too bad it's already faint to begin with. Okay, what about decor room? Our fave decoration options. These better be good. Animations. System-wide animation options. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so I set the duration to max and set everything to random. Let's take a look how this is. Oh, okay, yeah, it feels like I'm using like a PowerPoint slide to go around this phone. Aside from all the fun customizations this custom ROM has, it's also got a custom web browser. Oh, I have to connect this thing to the internet, but look what it does when I hit the buttons. Okay, so using the browser that came with this custom ROM, let's install Geekbench and test this thing out and see how well it scores. Just me, or is this web browser actually really clean? Like, everything flows really nicely, it's got a night mode built in. I might use this if I used Android. Alright, so let's install the app. Oh, right, the fun animations are everywhere, you can't escape them. Oh, this is Android 10? Actually not so bad. Alright, let's run the CPU benchmark. Okay, 135 over 497. How does that compare to stock? Okay, so this person, I'm assuming on stock, because the OnePlus one only got until Android 7 officially, got 126 over 469, so the new one actually did better. Well, that custom ROM was fun. Let's find something else. Okay, so next up I found this pretty cool one called Havoc OS, and actually it's inspired by the Pixel, which I love stock Android, and especially the Pixel skin, so this'll be fun to flash. Let's download it. Download that. Okay, so I'm trying to turn the thing off, and it just shows me this. Where's the power button? Fine, dude, I'll just turn it off manually. Back to recovery. Let's wipe our stuff again. And sideload. And sideload the file, and uh-oh, what's up? Unable to find partition for path. To flash additional zips, please reboot recovery. No, oh, okay. Alright, so I rebooted it, and it should work now. Keyword being should. Okay, so I don't know any other fix for this thing, so I just said, f*** it, and I'm just gonna reflash TWRP entirely, so whatever, let's go. Okay, and will it work? What now, man? So I was trying to troubleshoot this for like a couple minutes, and I just couldn't get anywhere, so I figured that zip is just completely screwed, so I found a new listing for Havoc OS, and it seems to work fine, so let's sideload that one instead. I find it really cool when the custom ROM developers give you like a little image for the installation. It's pretty cool. And all done, so let's take a look at it. Guys, I think your YouTube video is buffering. Okay, we're all done, and yeah, this looks pretty similar to the other one I just installed, but I like the design way better. This looks really close to Pixel. It's even got the battery text at the bottom as well. Oh, and the drop-down menu is awesome as well. This is Android 11, right before we got the, you know, the Fisher-Price redesign with Android 12. I mean, not to knock Material 3, it's a cool design and all, but it's more form over function. Don't ask me about liquid glass, okay? What's this profile icon? Oh, multiple users. That must be like an Android 11 feature, right? Let's take a look at the juicy stuff, though. Configuration Center. Status bar, quick settings. I'm gonna have some fun with this. One sec. So yeah, this is pretty fun. You can just put a bunch of shit in the status bar up top. You can get the seconds, the date and time, even just some random logo. And you can even have a battery bar that shows you how much your phone is charged. I mean, there's an icon right over there in the corner, but it's cool, I guess. Oh, and you can change quick settings as well. Oh, let's make this really ugly. Oh yeah, let's crank everything up. Okay, and how's it gonna look? Oh, that's not very good. So what else do we got in here? Ooh, battery saving. Block sensors. Oh wait, you can block sensors for apps? So yeah, you can just block the motion sensors for any app you want. How does that affect something like camera though? Jack shit, apparently. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't really have a web browser built in, so I'll just download Geekbench myself. Okay, and go. Alright, it's Android 11 this time, so I expect the performance to be a tiny bit worse than the last one, but I guess we'll see. So, compared to the last custom ROM, it did worse on multi-core, but did better on single-core. Not bad for Android 11. Okay, well, that's it for this ROM. Pretty cool if you ask me. Oh, okay, the Wi-Fi symbol is gone now. Oh, is that crDroid? I've actually heard about that before, but I've never used it. Let's take a look. Designed to increase performance and reliability over stock. Well, I'm gonna test it at the end, but let's download it and try it out. You get the drill. Recovery time. Okay, so I already wiped everything off camera, so all we gotta do now is just install the custom ROM. Oh, hey, another cool picture. And looks like we're all done. Alright, let's reboot. I don't know if it's just me, but this logo is creepy, dude. Like, why did you make it an eye? Okay, so we're all done installing, and they were right, dude. This thing feels really fluid. Seems like the opening and closing animation for apps is different as well. I actually like it. I mean, just taking a look at the apps that are pre-installed, this feels like pretty much a fork of LineageOS, but LineageOS is my favorite custom ROM, so I'm not complaining. Oh, and look at settings as well. It's got like the Apple on the top font over there. That's pretty cool. Anything special down here? Ooh. Open goodness. Damn right. Oh, and you can even enable a cool logo in the corner like the other ones. What options do they have here? Oh, they have Linux. What better way to tell people you have no sex? Display running services shortcut. Oh, is it like in quick settings? Oh, there it is. Oh, cool, you get quick access to the task manager. That's pretty badass, actually. Oh, you can even change the clock, font style, and everything else. Let's tweak it a bit. Okay, so I just put on a bunch of random stuff. Let's see how it's gonna look. Oh, how do I read this? You can change the recent screen too. What does Quick Step look like? Okay, that's Quick Step. What does AOSP look like? Oh, I gotta restart the device. Oh, even when restarting, you get a bunch of options like you would in TWRP. This thing is badass, actually. I think this might be my favorite custom ROM yet. Okay, so I just restarted, and let's take a look at the AOSP recents. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's the cards. I think I actually prefer this one. I just like flipping through them. Oh, you can touch up the font in here as well. What? Oh, there's some really ugly stuff in here. Comic Sans. It's perfect. Oh no, oh no. What have I done, man? Show CPU info is an option as well. Oh, okay, so you just have like the FPS overlay active at all times? Sure, why not? So yeah, if you're looking for a custom ROM, crDroid, there is so many options here, you're gonna go crazy if you try to play with them all. Oh, cool, USB debugging is on by default, so I don't even need to toy around with dev settings. Alright, let's just install Geekbench 5 then. Okay, Android 9 and a custom ROM that focuses on performance. This is gonna mop the floor with everything else. I kinda regret changing the charging sound, because whenever I unplug the device and plug it back in, it does this. Okay, alright, shut up, holy shit. Okay, so I ran this benchmark around like 5 times, and I even installed an older version of Geekbench 5, and absolutely nothing works. As soon as the test finishes, it just cuts to the home screen, and nothing shows up in the history, so unfortunately I don't have a score for this one. So anyways, I think that's about it for today. Installing all those custom ROMs was pretty fun, but ranking them, my favorite is definitely crDroid. I mean, the other ones were fine, don't get me wrong, but crDroid just has the perfect blend of the stock experience and all the things you want to mess with when you get a custom ROM. I'm surprised I haven't tested it out before, actually. It's way more fun than LineageOS. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you later.